Alright, so here we are back live. Um, we got some good news, some not as good news, maybe some good news. In any case, so Germany bought 6 tanks, which doesn't surprise me. He's already shown his hand. He's going heavy tanks, right? We knew this. So, uh, 6 tanks, 2 infantry bought. He attacked Arch with an infantry 5, didn't take it. Blitz back and forth on Libya, which I should have had all these guys sit in Libya this turn. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I did that, but then when it became US's turn, then it was too late because he did have that stack of fighters here. But I would gladly had all of that versus, having to bring a stack of fighters and bring them down here. These guys should have been in Libya last turn. They're going to be in Libya this turn, and he hung out here. So, one thing of note right off the bat, transport has no one to transport forward this way other than taking guys, or no one to bring down to Egypt. I mean, all he can do is take guys from here up to the front line to pressure Russia better, which he may. That may be the smart move because I'm kind of keeping Egypt in a bit of a dead zone, and I'm going to move these guys up. So I think that's probably what he'll do next turn, because I'm going to have to abandon Caucasus, of course. So he may move all these guys in, bring them up so that he can be building here. So I do think the good news is he can't take us on G4. All right, we got enough to come back and hold G4. I'm actually pretty confident he can't take us in G5. G6 is going to depend if he takes this in G5 and stacks it, then he'll be able to, or excuse me, in G4, then he'll be able to build 4 more units in G5, and this stack is going to go 4, 5, right? And so then if he's got 7 plus 4, 11 units coming in on G5, then G6 is going to start looking very questionable. Plus he's pushing Japan kind of heavy up here too to be able to, do a little 1-2-ish type thing in there. So G6 is where I'm thinking we're looking very questionable at the moment. I'm going to start just focusing on getting as many units up to Moscow as I can during the next several turns. So again, G6 means UK5 is the last turn that I'll have, well, to move people in. So UK4 is the last purchase phase so that I can move them UK5 in from India or UK if they're in a place they can. And then, yeah. So UK3, UK4 are the last chances for me buying fighters to get in here to stop at G6 timing. Is what all that's I was trying to get to there. Now, the other side of that is over here. We're going to move into DEI, so we're going to have our fleets both in range of either 61 or 48. We're going to stack one of these two with the combined UK-US. Not sure which one yet. But if it's 61 that I go to on US3, then US4 planes can make it in there to help G5. So that kind of just talking that out kind of makes it sound like G3, G4, US3, US4, US5, we fly fighters into Moscow to try to help this kind of 6 timing. So G6 is going to be the questionable moment. So there we go. That's that little bit. So purchases, we're buying 1 infantry, 3 fighters. We're going to put 2 of them down here that can easily fly in. We're going to put 1 up here. I'm going to fly 1 of these fighters back into Moscow so that those 2 fighters could combine for a carrier-destroyer build possibly in UK4 plus cruiser-destroyer so that we can then finally get a UK fleet up and running. I do want to do a double quick count. So we got surface ships 2, 4, 5 plus 3 would be 8. He would have 6 fighters and a bomber that can reach there, so we should be good there as well. And between the fighters and the bomber, we're going to take out DEI. Again, do I like taking DEI with UK? No. But this is a game that we've got to go fast, and we're just going to have to make do with what we can do. Let's see. The other thing I forgot that I was going to check, I just want to double check my dead zone of Egypt. If we've got, say, those two, so we would have 4 infantry, artillery, not that fighter, but we'll have 1, 2, 3, 5 fighters and 2 bombers that could come at them. And we should still be sitting pretty high there. Yeah, we're alright there. Is what I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to move the tank to Moscow as well while I can. And we should still be okay. If I've got my transport alive, he can come back with 2 infantry. We'll leave these guys here. So I'm going to move back what I can. Yeah, I think we're still sitting okay here. So the other part I got to keep an eye on is him being in Japan, bringing his Japan fleet down to 36 to drop these guys in. Because if he does it this turn, all US will be able to do is 4 fighters and a bomber. And then we got all this UK, which may be enough to take him out. I haven't done the math on that. But if that happens, I'd rather Japan taking India than Germany ultimately anyway, so I won't be super heartbroken, I guess. Go cruiser. Much as I'd like to do something with this bomber, we're not. I am going to keep him over in this zone, though, because from here, he's helping me prevent the sea line, right? I got my cruiser holding on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 with my bomber, 5, 6 hanging in there. And I'm going to be putting a fighter up here, so, and a fighter here. So we'll have 2 fighters, the bomber, and the cruiser to help keep Sea Zone 5 dead zone from a possible, the sea line situation. Alright, I think that's all the attacks I got. Oh wait. That's right. Can't do that. I could go that way with him too, but I think I'm gonna save him. I might use it for. I might do that with a US or a Russia guy actually, or a US guy. I'm gonna do it with the UK. I didn't realize that he left Ukraine wide open there actually. Not that we can stack it or anything, but we can certainly take the money. Alright, I think that's all the attacks. Don't think I got anything else I can do attack-wise here. I thought the cruiser had hit on one of those times I don't really need it to hit. Are you kidding me? Oh my word. I've got nothing else I can say. Alright, I am going to pause this video while I go take a screen break real quick. Okay. Can't believe I'm going to do this. But if I take DEI right now, then that's 4 IPC less for Japan, 4 positive for UK. That's an 8 IPC swing just in of itself, which, yes, the bomber's 12, but that's 4 less for Japan now in the early game, which is just very important for us being able to try to crumble him, especially since he's actually going to get like 5 IPC for Japan and other territories when he attacks. And I was double checking that the bomber is not needed to dead zone C-Zone 36. So there's that. But we have got to take this without him getting a hit back. Whew. Small blessing there. But we'll take blessings. We like blessings. We'll ignore the curse that happened right before the blessing. Oh, come on. Of course she did. So like I said, the good news is, although he could come and drop 8 units here and take India the next turn, C-Zone 36 is going to be dead zoned. So he'd lose all his transports and whatever he puts in there. So that's the good news. So instead, he could drop them in C-Zone 61, and I'm going to clamp down pretty hard. He'd have to use blockers. You know, use his destroyer or build a destroyer here and put a destroyer here. You know, hoping his destroyer wins here, or he could, if I get a hit back, he'd have to use a cruiser as a blocker and a destroyer as a block. So you see what I'm saying? There's at the very least, he has to use either his destroyer or his cruiser and build one to protect them. And then I'll move everybody into the Philippines, and then he's going to be kind of getting squished one way or the other. But very disappointing result overall. Let's see, is 2 fighters and a cruiser enough to starve off? I mean, he's not going to go for a sea line, right? I don't think he's going to go for a sea line. The thing is if I put him here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he can help threaten C-Zone 60. Can't really bring these guys any closer than what I am doing. Well, bring the subs up to here and again help threaten C-Zone 60, because that's one of the things he can do. He can build 6 subs and move this whole thing to 60. And I doubt I have enough, even with the 2 subs and what I'm doing here, to dead zone 60. I haven't really calced it out, but I'm guessing I don't have enough there. Alright, so I'm wanting to keep... Like I said, if he wants to go here, he can go there. And I'll kill whatever he's got. Otherwise, all he can do is move 1 in there, and I'm putting another infantry here. So we'll have our 2 infantry there. We'll move back what we can to help trading up here. So this also gives me the opportunity to grab one infantry, grab one, come into here, hit Egypt in case, he could do hit Egypt and use his battleship transport to hit TJ and take both of these. So I'd have 2 plus tanks, and then I'd also have these 3 and my air that could hit TJ. So it just helps kind of make sure that we keep this nice and firm and snug. I am going to slide my cruiser down so he could hit the cruiser. Oh wait, no he can't. Oh, what am I thinking? 1, 2... I was thinking he was in Finland. Well, dang. I don't need to move my cruiser at all. I should go ahead and just slide him on up there, right? So that at least we can put a little bit of a pressure on here. Right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I was thinking he could. Ugh. My mind was thinking Finland. Alright, well, that's nice, at least. I mean, I guess we also could come back and grab him if we wanted to. But I'd like to go ahead and put in the pressure, a little pressure on Karelia so he can't just leave it abandoned. Alright, there we go. Alright, end of turn.